When I bought the house in 1986, I was working in the computer industry with a number of folk, and we were all recently out of school, working in the computer industry, making good salaries, realizing that the smart thing to do was to start investing in a piece of property.
My name is Rob Howard, R-O-B-H-O-W-A-R-D. I grew up in Michigan, way out in the country, and came to California midway through my life. So I've spent, half my life in Michigan and half my life in California, basically Southern California. So my occupation right now is trying to build community around sustainable living practices. So getting those technologies together mixed with getting people together around them and hopefully getting some sustainability kind of thing. I got involved with them in 1997. The place was relatively established at that point. And Keith has had a relationship with somebody that kind of transformed it from the square box to the, we have an all-native front lawn, and we have, we're really going to start taking on our role as people that tend the earth. And this piece of earth, to me, is truly sacred ground.
I bought a house which was the plain Jane house on the street, which was at the very edge of the comfort zone for commute to work for myself and the folk I was living with at the time. I didn't want to change my roommate situation, but we had to change the physical house. So there's an opportunity for me to buy a house. I bought a house. And as such, I've always lived in community. I've always had a community of people here. It's varied in size from just two of us to, I think there's 6 of us here right now.
Over the years, I saw great artists come here and have art classes here. I've seen great transformation in the people that consistently come over the years. And this house used to, we call it the Scenic House now, but it was really called Keith and Bob's house. And there was a lot of Keith and Bob, and really the whole communication about this place. When people come in and be like, here's what we do here.
And in the process of transforming the yard, I've always thought that irrigating a garden was a silly thing to do. And I can understand using the water to grow food, and that makes sense. But for us to be growing lawn in the desert just doesn't make any sense. It's not good for anything. I mean, granted, they're pretty and it's nice to roll around on the lawn. That's what parks are for. And the amount of water that landscaping takes if you have a lawn is just outrageous. So I decided to mow the lawn with a rototiller. And the sprinkler system kind of came up with it. Oops. Bob was very interested in making sure that we did an all-native section so we could apply to the Nature Conservancy for a certified wildlife habitat. We did that, and we did that. And we have that.
And then our backyard is a gray water system where, there are 3 of us here that regularly shower outdoors, and we use, shampoos and soaps that will go into our earth well, and we grow flowers and plants that produce food and an ecosystem. If you take a closer look around here, you'll see just every layer of insects and birds and bees and different types of birds and the different habitats that we've created for them that are beautiful, sustainable,
And that's part of our objective is to be part of our environment, is to be in our environment, not dominate our environment, be in our environment, encourage our environment. The various neighborhood would somehow give the house a name. And the fact that we're on Leucadia Scenic Court gave this name, became Scenic House. Over the period of 30 years, we've kind of developed a brand based on the work of Bob Naniga. the notion of building a sustainable living space, and more challenging within an urban setting, seems to be what we're up to. Again, I'm not sure at this point exactly what it is we're up to, but we seem to be up to something. And driving phrases are sustainability and how do you get there? Current projects, the notion of an aquaponics farm, a simple aquaponics farm, to make aquaponics accessible to the general public as a novelty item occurs to me as one of those steps in the process. But a small fish tank with one or two plants on top, and I'm thinking, okay, this is the kind of thing that you can have in an executive's office. They've got their cute little betta fish, and they've got the stevia that they can put in their tea. How fabulous could that be? So, yeah, can we do this? And that's our current project, actually.
And we just had a big event, Earth Fair, where we tried to figure out what the community can absorb, how to approach what we're going to do with our sustainability idea, and how to bring it to the public. Because everybody's going, oh, that'd be a cool fountain. That could feed you. You know? This place has always been a healing, clearing space for me. So it gives me an opportunity to reconnect and to walk barefoot and to not have an agenda and to truly be honest with nature. So if people do dare to walk barefoot more often and do dare to put themselves out in a way, it's like, hey, I wonder if this would work if I try it, you know? I think that's what my message is to people. So if we don't find what resonates from our hearts, if we don't have for me it's my feet and the soul touching, but if our soul is not connected, then we're lost. So if it takes a fellow tribe member, if it takes reaching out for tribe, if it takes reaching in to find what your true beat is.
I would like for it to be the case that my great nephews and great nieces have even a shred of quality of life that I've had on this planet. The only hope is that some clever folk will manage to survive the upcoming Holocausts. And I would like to have created some sustainable spaces for my friends and family to hang out.